I just gave myself the big fine. Listen up, you yinzies. Glad to be back with y'all today on a Victory Tuesday. Big G is broadcasting from the actual podcast room today. I got a little 30 minutes to do what I need to do this afternoon on the lunchtime, noontime, doing all what we do. Great to see everybody over in the live chat, y'all. It was a late night last night. If you haven't went back and watched the 2-minute warning show from last evening on the KnoItAllz podcast channel, make sure you check it out. Listen, the Egyptian queen in the building, Dwayne McNair, the great one, Steeler Lee, Corey 247, Christian Hatcher, Big Pun. Good to see all you guys early and often in the live chat. And listen, if you have not subscribed, make sure you subscribe, share with a friend. Somebody might be sitting right next to a guy at a noonday lunch, or a female friend at a noonday lunch, or a coworker at a noonday lunch. If they down with the Yinzies and they down with the Steelers, make sure you subscribe to the KnoItAllz podcast channel, because we got some big content and big stuff going on all day, every day. But we couldn't do none of what we do without you guys. So we appreciate all y'all rocking with us. And man, let's get to the freaking show. Ladies and gentlemen, we got a big win last night, man. Big win over a Miami Dolphins team that some thought was going to make the playoffs. Big win over a Miami Dolphins team that had won 4 of the last 5 games. And the issue is, we won because our quarterback played. Or let me just say it my way. My quarterbacks played some outstanding football last night. I was very pleased with what was going on with my quarterbacks. And I'm like, man, listen, can this dude keep this up? Yes, Steeler Lee. I know I'm big fine myself. J-Boy Fresh and them ain't here, and Mod and them ain't to find me. So I had to find myself. So, but the issue is, can Rodgers do it? Can my quarterbacks actually pull this thing off and lead the Pittsburgh Steelers not just to a conference championship, not just to some playoff wins, but can my quarterback actually pull it off and get us to the road of victory for one more Super Bowl run? Can the old man do it? That's what I'm saying. Can the old man actually do it? Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's not get ahead of ourselves. For you guys that don't know, breaking news, Alan Lazard would ask for his conditional release today from the New York Football Jets. And Afton, we're going to take the over-under. I'm saying that he'll be by Pittsburgh by Friday. My over-under is Alan Lazard will be to Pittsburgh by Friday. Now, whether or not he signs, but he's going to take a visit in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So, because that's another one of Aaron Rodgers' dudes. But like I'm saying, can my quarterbacks actually do it? Can my quarterbacks actually do it? Can he do it? Yo, I don't know. I don't want to put the cart before the horse. I don't want to make it seem like, oh my God, because we won 2 straight games in a row, that Aaron Rodgers can actually do it. But let's speak facts. Let's speak facts. Over the last couple of games, Aaron Rodgers has looked like the old school Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers has actually been out there delivering the pill and dropping dimes. Boxing man, that is true. Now, I'm getting to that, boxing man. I'm getting to that, right? But the last 2 weeks, he's done it. He's looked good for the last 2 weeks, right? The offense has not looked stagnant. I mean, heck, last night we scored 4 straight drives. But the deal is, Aaron Rodgers looks to be rounding into form. And for all you guys that thought about why did the Pittsburgh Steelers bring Aaron Rodgers to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, it's because for times like this, down the stretch where the Steelers have collapsed year after year after year, hell, we in these last 5 games and he's 2-0. So that's why we brought him here. Felicia, what you said, man, someone do a wellness call on Minka because DK took his soul. He absolutely did last night. He absolutely did. He absolutely did. He took his soul, but it's okay. It's okay. But DK, that's why the Steelers all rallied around him and, clap for him and all whatever else. Cause he's still a Steeler in his heart. He's going to retire a Steeler, but he's gone now. He's with the Dolphins, so it don't even matter. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, I got the passing chart, and I have to thank you for sending that to me early this morning. The passing chart for Aaron Rodgers this last game against Miami. Y'all, it's been 2 weeks in a row. The ball is going to the middle of the field on a regular basis. You realize and understand and know that throwing the ball to the middle of the field opens up the rest of the offense. Now, has Rodgers looked better because he's got a guy like Van Der Schelling who he trusts in the offense? Does he look better because he's got Adam Thielen in the offense? Does he now trust Darnell Washington a little bit more, Pat Freiermuth a little bit more? I know he trusts the running backs because he throws it to it all the time. But the issue why they brought Aaron Rodgers to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, was to not just win the division, but to win a playoff game. That's why they brought him here. Ash Dresden for the 2, man. Gee, the Dolphins are awful. This is the Tomlins are fool's gold. I don't know if I'm buying that, Ash Dresden. I don't know if I'm buying that. I really don't know if I'm buying that. Because the issue is this. The issue is this. You can only beat who's in front of you. And some of the teams that we think is actually great in the NFL freaking suck. And some of the teams that we've known traditionally have struggled are actually winning this year. I do know that the NFL, as of right now, anybody can beat anybody. Anybody can beat anybody. There's not a team where I'm looking, I'm like, oh, they can't be beat. No, there's not a team in the freaking NFL. And this brings me back full circle what I'm talking about with Mr. Rodgers. Okay? The bottom line is there anybody in the AFC that actually scares you? If you're a Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania person and you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan and you're a diehard fan of the Steelers, is there anybody who's in playoff contention right now that you actually look across there and be like, man, we can't beat them? Because the way it's going, the Baltimore Ravens ain't going to be in the playoffs. So it's going to be the New England Patriots with Drake May, Trevor Lawrence and the damn Jacksonville Jaguars, Houston with CJ Stroud, Buffalo with the MVP of the league, the Chargers with Justin Herbert. I mean, okay. Ain't nobody out there where you're like, oh man, Indianapolis, if they make it. I mean, come on, man. It's not nobody out there. It's not nobody out there. Would you select Tua to be your quarterback, G? Hell no. I wouldn't make Tua my damn quarterback. Tua is not a good quarterback as far as what's going on in Miami. Their schematics and the way that they're built, Miami is built to physically run the ball, and they need a physical quarterback. Tua doesn't fit the schematics and the scheme or anything that's going on in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. So no, hell no, I wouldn't. But the issue is he a bad quarterback? No. Is he top 20, 25 in the NFL? Yeah. Right? He's good enough to be a starter. He's been a starter. His issue's just been concussion protocol, right? And losing players to injuries. That's been Tua's issue the whole time he's been in Miami. He ain't super trash. He ain't super trash. I probably can name about 15, maybe 17 quarterbacks. But his issue has been concussion protocol. That's been his issue. So let's not act like he's terrible. Let's not act like Miami has not been playing for playoff games and playing in the playoffs. Let's not act like Tua ain't never did that. Y'all can say that all y'all want to about Tua. It don't matter. He ain't super trash. He's not. He's not super. There's nothing about him that's super trash. He's just little and he's got a lot of concussions. But the issue is Miami wasn't a bad team. They wasn't. They was not a bad team. No, boxing man, let me say this. No, first of all, S. Dresden, Detroit will not play with the Tomlins. I don't disagree, boxing man. I mean, S. Dresden. But this the thing. And we talking about Aaron Rodgers and why he's in Pittsburgh. Aaron Rodgers was brought in to beat teams like Detroit. Aaron Rodgers has a history of kicking Detroit's ass on a regular basis. Now, I ain't gonna sit up here and act like all things are cured and everything's perfect and all whatever else. Because the bottom line is, I'm still pissed off at Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers for losing to the Chicago Bears. I'm still pissed off for them to losing to the Green Bay Packers. They shouldn't have lost. The 3 games that the Steelers shouldn't have lost this year is they shouldn't have lost to the damn Chicago Bears. They shouldn't have lost to the damn Green Bay Packers. And they shouldn't have lost to the damn Cincinnati Bengals. So I'm still pissed about those 3 games. I'm absolutely upset. But Detroit is a physical, rough team. I think Detroit can be had. I really do think that they can be had. It's going to take all hands on deck, physical effort, and all whatever else. But this is the reason why Aaron Rodgers was brought to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Aaron Rodgers was brought to Pittsburgh to win these type of games, right? And Detroit struggled on the struggle bus just like we on the struggle bus. Let's be perfectly clear. The Detroit Lions are 8-6, just like we 8-6. They on the struggle bus. They got 2 running backs, 2 good wide receivers, a decent defense. Hey, it is what it is. But this is what I'm saying about the NFL. The NFL, anybody can beat anybody, any week, any given Sunday. It doesn't matter. So does Aaron Rodgers got a chance? Yeah. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers got a chance to do it. Because like I said, in Pittsburgh, you know, after this is absolutely correct. If we play like we did last night, most people shouldn't be hopeless. And it's going to take that effort and more to deal with Detroit, right? Now, is Detroit going to drop 40 on us? Hell no. And I'm going to tell you why. And I'm going to go back to Mr. Rodgers. They ain't going to do it for 2 big reasons. 2 big reasons. Pittsburgh's not going to let them blow them out as far as like time of possession. They shouldn't. Even though they've been horrible in time of possession, they're going to run the ball. Pittsburgh plays better a lot of times on the road. They do. I'm talking about from a historical standpoint, especially the last 2-3 years. They play better on the road than they do at the crib. They get turnovers. Yinzers travel all over the damn country. There's going to be yellow towels, gold towels flowing everywhere, right? So don't act like Pittsburgh don't play well on the road because that's what they do. Ben Skowronek did that kickoff save. Ben is a dude, yeah, when he puts forward that, but Ben's got a little wrist injury right now. He's good on special teams. Yes, big punishment. 6-0 is a starter in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. 6-0 is a starter. Dalvin Cook is a dog. S. Dresden for the $5. The Lions will not allow it to be close enough to allow the script to matter if they're worthy. But see, that's the thing, S. Dresden. Let's just be clear. The Lions are 8-6. The Lions are freaking 8-6, man. They ain't 10 and whatever and 11 and whatever. Hell, if the playoffs stayed of the day, the Lions wouldn't even be in the damn playoffs. Let's be clear. You know, all this negative viewpoint concerning what's going on with Pittsburgh and their next opponent, man, come on. The issue is our quarterback was brought here. Boxing man, why you saying the Lions are 8-6? The Steelers are 8-6 because of injury too. Look at the damn injuries we done went through. We done brought a whole new secondary in. 3 of our 4 starters didn't even start the season. Come on, man. Y'all, that negative behavior just kills me. But you can do what you want to do. It don't matter to me. I'm here talking about what Rodgers can do, right? Aaron Rodgers can get hot. Aaron Rodgers can get hot. He definitely can get hot. Aaron Rodgers can put us in a situation to where, because now, and I want you Yinzies to come back. What happens if we beat Detroit? What happens if Pittsburgh wins? Because they just won 2 in a row. They got 3 to play. What happens if Pittsburgh wins 4 of their last 5 games? We haven't seen the Pittsburgh Steelers win 4 of their last 5 games in years. We ain't seen it happen in years. But what happens when they do that? This is when wily old veterans get an opportunity to make it worth their while and why they're in that position. It make it worth their while and position. We've all seen the Tomlin collapse. We know what that is. At the end of the season, they fall apart. You ain't seen that the last 2 games. And some of that is because we got a first ballot Hall of Famer playing quarterback. And like I'm saying, there ain't nobody, and I'm gonna make this perfectly clear. There ain't nobody in the AFC that I'm like, oh God, we can't beat. We can beat every team that's gonna make the playoffs. Denver, New England, Buffalo, Indianapolis, Houston, Jacksonville. There ain't none of them teams like, oh my God, we can't beat them. No, no. Now we lost to the Chargers already. We lost to the Buffalo Bills already. Beating a team twice is hard in the same season. Look it up for all you guys out there. Beating a team twice. Beating Aaron Rodgers 2 times in the same season is real hard. Beating him is real hard. Look that up too. Look and see how many times Aaron Rodgers has faced the same opponent twice in 1 year and he lost to him twice. You're going to be shocked when you look that up. So the issue is Aaron Rodgers was brought here to right the ship as far as giving us an opportunity. And I'm telling you, you heard me say it first, Yinzies. This is the year that when a team gets hot down the stretch, anybody can win the Super Bowl. When was the last time Aaron Rodgers went to the Super Bowl, S. Dresden? Hell, Pat Mahomes and then went to straight Super Bowls. So what the hell are we talking about that? And then even before then, it was Tom Brady. So you know, I understand the negativity. I get it. I get the negativity. But what happens when that doesn't happen? I know, and most of this is really, to be honest, y'all taking your frustration off about Aaron Rodgers and A, B, C, and D. But this is a Tomlin issue. Boxing Man and S. Dresden, y'all want Mike Tomlin gone no matter what. Y'all want Mike Tomlin fired no matter what. Y'all want just speak the facts of what it really is. You guys want Mike Tomlin gone. This ain't got nothing to do with Rodgers. This ain't got nothing with throwing him under the exactly, S. Dresden. His beefs with Mike Tomlin. This ain't got nothing to do with Rodgers. So you're throwing him under the bus because you want Mike Tomlin gone. Well, you wanting Mike Tomlin gone ain't going to make Mike Tomlin be gone for all you Yinzies out there. You talking bad about him, talking crazy about him, ain't going to make Mike Tomlin be gone. And we got a first ballot Hall of Fame quarterback that's here to try to not make that happen. And oh, by the way, Mike Tomlin ain't going nowhere, y'all. He's not. They're not going to fire him, and he's not going to quit. So you might as well get used to it. Or just keep chronically complaining about what you chronically complaining about. Just chronically complain about what you chronically complaining about. But he ain't going nowhere. Trust me, it's too late in the game now. Right? It's too late in the game. Aston said, in one hand, yeah, exactly, Afton, that's it. They want to win, but they hate Mike Tomlin. They want to win, but they'll talk crazy about my quarterbacks. They want to win, but they want to do it their way. And ain't none of these folks that diabolically tear down the Pittsburgh Steelers got nothing to do with them. They just fans that hate Mike Tomlin. And it's ridiculous. It is totally ridiculous. But it is what it is. It is what it is. It is what it is. Now, going back to my subject. Now, can I tell y'all something? And I'll just be honest with y'all. You know one of the reasons why Aaron Rodgers has looked better the last 2 games? You want to know one of the reasons why he's really looked better? The play of the offensive line. Y'all, I'm telling you right now, Broderick Jones is a major bust. The play that we got out of Pete and out of Cook over the last 2 weeks has solidified that offensive line. Y'all, I looked at the 22 film this morning. 6-0 is a left tackle. 6-0 is a left tackle. He's got some things he's got to work out. But when a physical statured left tackle that you just ain't going to run around and beat, come on, man. Come on, man. Pete, I know he's a wily old veteran, but go back and look at the film from 2 weeks ago. Part of making your quarterback look good is your ability to protect him. Now, all that watched me on the 2-minute warning last night know that I got issues with Aaron Rodgers because 2 of them sacks was on him. And there was no reason for 2 of them because I had already looked at the film. One of them, there was 2 guys wide open in the middle of the field. 2 of them. 2 of them. The other one, there was a seam route that was wide freaking open, and he didn't throw it. He double pumped the football, right? So, but it would have been a clean game last night. They wouldn't have touched him. He would have had a clean jersey. So the issue is your quarterback looking good has a lot to do with what's going on with your offensive line. And for the first time in a long time, the Pittsburgh Steelers don't have a lot of injuries on that line, and they may be solidifying some positions. Cook, I'm telling y'all, go back and look at and Jason, you are absolutely correct. The test is going to be Hutchinson and the gang this week. If Cook handles his business this week, because I'm telling you who's playing big-time football, is Troy Fautanu. Troy Fautanu is out there balling. You heard me? Zach Frazier is out there balling. Mason McCormick is looking better. Siamalu got hurt a little bit last night, but he could have went back into the game. But the offensive line is solidified, y'all, and that's going to always make your quarterback look better. S. Dresden for the 5, man. He said, your quarterback, S. Dresden, I've been calling Aaron Rodgers my quarterbacks from the beginning of the damn season. Live chat, y'all might have to get on S. Dresden and give him the business because I've been saying my quarterbacks from the beginning of the damn season. From the moment that we signed him to the dotted line. Have I been pissed off at Aaron Rodgers? You better believe it. But S. Dresden, you ain't been around. That's how you don't know that. This the first time I done seen you. I appreciate you super chatting and doing what you do, but I ain't seen you. But over here, live chat, you better tell him. I've been telling him that's my quarterbacks. That's my quarterbacks. Tell him, Afton. Tell him, Afton. The live chat will tell you that's my quarterbacks. Because he's the leader of our team. Stop Claude Bishop. You know what? For that, Claude, you going to the Matrix. Just for that move right there, Claude. Because you know you being diabolical and ain't telling the truth. Bye, Claude.
But oh, well, you got gold and you got gold. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? But oh, well, you got gold and you got gold.
I doubled down and put your ass in the Matrix, Claude, because it's ridiculous. Now, Afton, this is a good point, and this is true. I'm famous for the flip-flop on James Pierre. Absolutely. But guess what? I righted my wrong, and I said James Pierre is a dog. I went out and got a James Pierre jersey. I went out and supported him and saying that they need to re-sign him and put him all the way back in. Yes, I did. And I meant it. Because I was like, man, listen, he's playing trash. But he ain't playing trash no more. I'm not getting no Hayward jersey. But Hayward is playing. But I named him Super Hayward. And maybe that's what it takes sometimes. Yeah. Thank you, great one. Every week, I've ripped Aaron Rodgers, but I specifically said that he's my quarterbacks. Every week. Jason, what you said? Yeah, that's facts, Jason. That's Dresden. Come on now. Every week, I've been saying the same thing. That's my quarterbacks. He's my quarterbacks. He's my dude, right? So, no, boxing man. I've ripped him. I've ripped Aaron Rodgers. I've ripped the Steelers every week. Hell, I've ripped Mike Tomlin every week. But that don't matter because it's not absolutes around here. It's not all in, right? S. Dresden, what you said. The chat is fully aware that S. Dresden is reputable. I'm not saying you ain't reputable or not. I'm just telling you that I've been talking about Aaron Rodgers for real. Jason, of course I said Super Hayward. Yeah, Super Hayward. Facts. Big G, nope. He's a Pitts pusher, not Super Hayward. Felicia, you need to stop that diabolical mess. Yeah, you need to stop that. He's not no Pitts pusher. Stop that. He's Super Hayward. Dun, dun, dun. Superhero in the building. Yeah, four rushes, 4 yards, touchdown. Take it every week. I'll take it every week. But the issue is, y'all, I'm telling you, Aaron Rodgers can do it. Aaron Rodgers can do it, y'all. We brought him here for this. Claude, the diabolical bishop, for the $5 said, G, you're always flip-flopping, but nonetheless, this is a great show. Would you play Will Howard if the Steelers win the next two. So, Claude, my hope and prayer is that Will Howard is the starting quarterback the last game of the season. My hope and prayer for the Pittsburgh Steelers, because that means that game doesn't mean anything. My hope and prayer is that the last game, we can sit 50% or more of the starters. That's my hope and prayer. My hope and prayer is that the Pittsburgh Steelers beat the Detroit Lions, the Baltimore Ravens lose to the New England Patriots, the Pittsburgh Steelers go in and beat the Cleveland Browns, the Baltimore Ravens lose to the Green Bay Packers, and then that last game don't even matter. That's my hope and prayer. We got 3 games left. We got a 1-game lead. We got to play. We got to win 2 of our last 3 because I don't believe Baltimore is going to win 2 of their last 3. The Baltimore Ravens, the Ratbirds, have the New England Patriots, the Green Bay Packers, and us. They're not winning 2 of their last 3. They're not doing it. They're not doing it. So, but can we win 2 of our last 3? We got the Cleveland Browns, the Detroit Lions, the Baltimore Ravens. Absolutely. So it's ours for the taking. It's ours for the taking. Yeah, Felicia, this is true. A lot of Steelers fans was like lightweight stressless last night, and they actually enjoyed the game because you saw competent quarterback play because of a competent offensive line play. That's why. You saw confident quarterback play because confident offensive line play. That's why. The line protected Rodgers. He walked into 2 stacks. They ran the ball, and you saw him score 4 straight freaking touchdowns. That's why. You felt good about it. And I'm telling you, they can do it every week. Now, I know we're here to talk about Rodgers, but I'm going to tell you 2 changes that should be happening starting in the offensive line. Kenneth Gainwell is the starting running back in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Jaylen Warren is a dog. I know he was sick. I know all of that. But Kenneth Gainwell is a dog, y'all. Kenneth Gainwell is a dog. He's a dog, man. He's got to get touches. And I like our 2-man. Listen, we actually got 3 running backs. And they're all going to look good when the offensive line blocks. The last couple of weeks, the line been blocking. So that's why you see the damn line doing what they doing. S. Dresden, what's going on with TJ Watt? He's healing. He's healing. That's what's going on with TJ Watt. He's healing, right? How soon we get him back? Who knows? It's a possibility we could get him back this next week, but he just had freaking surgery. So he's healing, right? Derek Harmon was a game-time scratch. I look for Derek Harmon to be ready to go this week, right? Pete was in concussion protocol. I look for Pete to be ready to go this week. Pierre had an ailment going on with his foot. I look for Pierre to be back this week. So we're going to be close to full strength this week, even if we don't have Watt. I think we're going to be close to full strength, which is very good for the Pittsburgh Steelers because, you know, traditionally, what has happened to Pittsburgh? We get down the stretch and dudes start falling off like flies. S. Dreslin, the Tomlins can only defeat the incompetent bums. Game over. Well, we'll see. I mean, this is what you and Boxing Man is seeing. You know, we'll see. I think they can win. And because of that, it's because Aaron Rodgers. Because of that, it's Aaron Rodgers. Now, you can hate him all you want to, you know, but like I said, this hate, and let's be clear, S. Dresden and Boxing Man, you guys' hate is for Mike Tomlin. Yeah. Yeah. Siamalu had a tricep, Herbig's hammy. Yeah, but they'll be fine. After they'll be fine. Your hammy, you got to rest. Siamalu, tricep, he's been dealing with it all year. He's been dealing with it all year, right? Boxing Man, the reason why the Bills killed the Pittsburgh Steelers because their offensive line played big trash. They sucked. Listen, the Lions done play better. I'm telling you, Troy Fautanu, Mason McCormick, Zach Frazier, Isaac Siamalu, Spencer Anderson, Dalvin Cook, and Pete. That's a good line. That's 7 guys. We actually starting to show that we got a little bit of freaking depth. But because the problem has been, and that's the dude who you could say, well, gee, I've been telling you since about week 2 or week 3, Broderick Jones is a bust. He is. He cannot play left tackle. And it's unbelievable what a quarterback can do when he's actually got time. I mean, it's literally unbelievable. It's unbelievable what he can do when he's got time. Unbelievable. Mark Cunningham says, Tomlin just said that he expects Harmon to play this week, and he could have played yesterday. Absolutely. He's going to play because he's from damn Detroit. He went to Michigan State first before he went to Oregon. He's playing, right? Now, Doc Boxing Man, you being diabolical. Boxing Man, he don't give a damn how he get Mike Tomlin out. He still wants TJ Watt to retire. That's diabolical, Boxing Man. That matter of fact, Boxing Man, you know what, bro? Join Claude over there. I'll holler at you.
But oh, well, you got gold and you got gold. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Crazy, man. You right. I am crazy.
You diabolically hate on Mike Tomlin so bad that you want Watt to retire? That's diabolical. That's diabolical, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. But I get it. I get it. I get it. But the sick part is going to be this, y'all. And the truth of the matter, what happens if Rodgers does? What happens if my quarterbacks does? What happens? Because I'm telling y'all, he's got comparable wide receivers now. Valdez-Scantling, DK, Adam Thielen, Calvin Austin, Mount Washington. I still ain't sold on Jonnu Smith, even though he got a touchdown last night. No. Freiermuth? Yeah. After, like we said, Alan Lazard going to be in Pittsburgh. I don't give a damn what nobody say. He's going to be there. He's going to be there. Yeah. Yeah. Lazard's on waivers. He asked for waivers. He asked to go because he coming to play. He want to play with his boy. Saying he saw Valdez-Scantling. He saw what he did. He like, man, I can do that. Wait, get me over there too. S. Dresden for the 10. Draft funky O-line bust, first round, and bring back Tomlin. Watt and Hayward are Tomlin guys. Game over. No, they're not gonna draft a funky O-lineman. What they did do is they missed on Broderick Jones, and that's okay because guys miss all the time. They didn't miss on Zach Frazier. They didn't miss on Troy Fautanu. They didn't miss on Keanu Bitten. They didn't miss on JPJ. They didn't miss on Peyton Wilson. They didn't miss on Darnell Washington. There's a lot more makes it than misses it, right? And I'm talking about with the current general manager and Omar Khan and Andy Waddle. They missed on Broderick, okay. But like I just said, they didn't miss on Keanu Bitten. They didn't miss on Derek Harmon. They didn't miss on Peyton Wilson. They didn't miss on JPJ. They didn't miss on Mount Washington. They didn't miss on Troy Fautanu. They didn't miss on Zach Frazier. So what are we saying? What are we saying? Jones was a bust. He is. Rodgers Jones will probably play out similar to Dan Moore. Absolutely. He's going to play his last year. He'll be a swing tackle next year for the Pittsburgh Steelers. He will not start. He'll be the swing guy behind both of them. He'll get his 5th year, and after that, he'll walk. That's absolutely correct. Jones wasn't polished, which is why he's still there for us to, yeah, correct. Jones needs to be coached. Absolutely. I'm lying, sir. Lying about what? Lying about what, S. Dresden? I don't know what you're saying I'm lying about. But Jones ain't going to start another game. But he didn't miss on those guys that I just named. He didn't miss on Keanu Benton. He didn't miss on JPJ. He didn't miss on Peyton Wilson. He didn't miss on Mount Washington. He didn't miss on Troy Fautanu. He didn't miss on Zach Frazier. He didn't miss on Derek Harmon. He didn't miss on Jack Sawyer. He didn't miss on Mason McCormick. Those aren't misses. What are you talking about? That's diabolical, S. Dresden. S. Dresden. Yeah, they drafted Jones based on potential. That is absolutely correct, Dwayne. They drafted him based on potential. They saw a guy that they figured they could turn him into something. But Jones had less than 20 starts at Georgia. And listen, I was out there thinking that Jones was going to be a guy because most of the time when you see a dude go and play a top-level program like that and then they get to the NFL, you see him get better. no, they get better. But Jones is a swing tackle next year. He's not starting. I don't give a damn what you say. He's a swing tackle. They're either going to draft a tackle to play left tackle this next year, or we got to answer and cook. That's what's going to happen, right? After you said, I like Paris Johnson, I don't even know where he's at now. He's in the Arizona Cardinals. He starts left tackle. He started left tackle for the Arizona Cardinals. S. Dreslin. Who was the Tomlin's offensive line coach? Pat Meyer. He won't be next year, though, S. Dreslin. He won't be next year. Pat Meyer going to be out of there. Pat Meyer going to be gone. But, yeah, not next year. He ain't going to be there. But it ain't about his inability to coach up Broderick Jones, because if he couldn't coach, then Mason McCormick and damn Troy Fautano and Zach Frazier would be out there being big trash. No, it's Broderick Jones. Jones is horrible. It's Broderick Jones. That's who's horrible, right? And he's going to be a swing tackle. He ain't going to start no more. It's going to work out just like Dan Moore. Dan Moore got to his 5th year. Adios, muchachos. And you know what? S. Dresden, I don't think you was the guy, but there's been multiple guys that told me that Dan Moore Jr. was going to be a Pro Bowler for Tennessee. Yeah, right. Dan Moore Jr. sucks. He sucks. He's not going to sniff no Pro Bowl. And that's what's going on with Broderick Jones. He ain't going to sniff no Pro Bowl neither. He'll play in the league. He'll get 2 contracts. Somebody else will pay him. He'll go to another team, and they'll think that they can fix him. But it's going to play out the same way. Same way. Exactly the same way, right? No, boxing man. Broderick Jones is not a guard. Trust me, bro. He's not a guard. Broderick Jones gets beat repeatedly to the inside pass rush. Now you're going to line him up at guard and give a faster route to the quarterback, to a defensive tackle? He will get smoked. No, absolutely not. Says Mike, who hired the coaching staff? We know who hired the coaching staff. Mike Tomlin did. I mean, your hate for Mike Tomlin, I get it. Right. No, you said no. You said no, both guards suck. No, McCormick does not suck. Isaac Amalu does not suck. Y'all must not watch football on other NFL teams and see actual offensive lines that are horrible and putrid. Y'all must not watch that. Listen, go ask the Kansas City Chiefs. Mahomes is on the damn shelf because their offensive line is diabolically trash. Y'all must not know. Y'all must not pay attention. Mahomes got his ass whooped all year because his offensive line was subpar. And that's the great Patty Mahomes. All quarterbacks is going to look big trash till they figure out the offensive line. Every quarterback in the NFL. Stop playing S. Dresden. I hear you. But every quarterback in the NFL is going to look big trash until the offensive line works out. Every quarterback in the NFL is. And that's why our quarterbacks are starting to look better, because the offensive line is starting to look better, right? That's fast. That's fast. Dijon Mustard. McCormick is solid, and he's a big energy guy. He's solid. He's a solid guard. I'm telling you. He said, I don't know enough about O-line play to pick up the nuances, but I'm learning. And Afton, listen, you're seeing, you got to remember, this is really Fautano's rookie year. This is Zach Frazier's 2nd year. This is Mason McCormick's 2nd year. Dylan Cook just got his first freaking start in the NFL. Come on, man. Now, Siamalu is a YLL veteran, but the play of the offensive line helps the quarterback tremendously. If you don't have offensive line play, the quarterback can't do nothing. The offensive lines look better. The offensive lines look better. And that's because they're very young and they're learning what they need to learn, which in turn makes the quarterback look better. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, Aaron Rodgers could win these last 3 games. He could win last 3. He could beat Detroit. He could beat Cleveland. He could beat Baltimore. Aaron Rodgers, if he wins 4 of the last 5 going into the playoffs, he's as hot as any quarterback in the AFC. He's as hot as any quarterback in the AFC. And I'd put my quarterback up against any of those quarterbacks. We owe the Los Angeles Chargers an ass whooping. And Aaron Rodgers knows it because he was out there allegedly being high as a kite out there in California, homesick. So we owe the Chargers an ass whooping. Right? We owe Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills an ass whooping. So I ain't worried about neither one of them. Trevor Lawrence, now CJ Stroud got a defense. But CJ Stroud ain't got no damn offensive line neither. What he say? Big G, would you start Pierre? Let me just say this week. This week, we need everybody. We need Echols. We need Samuel. We need JPJ. We need Pierre Lapuse. We need all of them. This week, we need all of them. Amon St. Brown is a problem. Jameson Williams is a problem. We need all of them. So it ain't about starting. It's about having reps to be able to shut guys down concerning formations. Campbell, his staff, and players are not playing. Of course they're not, but they're 8-6 too. That's Dresden. Of course they're not. Of course they're not. But they're 8-6 too. Pickens, you big dummy, my dude, man. What's up, man? What's up, Pickens, you big dummy? What's cracking, man? Right? The issue is they can win all of them. They can win all of them. Samuel looked good. He did look good for his first game back. Right? We need all of them. We need all of them. We need Duggar. We need Ramsey. We need all of them. Now, the Lions don't have no tight end no more, so we ain't got to worry about so much of that in the game because tight ends has been our kryptonite. Sam Laporta, he out. So they ain't got no tight end that I'm like, oh, my God, they'll kill us. But them 2 wide receivers are still formidable. Them 2 running backs, Montgomery and Gibbs, they formidable. Detroit got a hell of an offensive line. Let's not get it twisted. But the issue is, can Rodgers play ball control and win the game? I'm telling y'all right now, Aaron Rodgers can win all 3 of the last ones. I'm telling you right now, he can win. And I believe wholeheartedly he can win 4 of the last 5. 4 of the last 5? Hey, who knows? Because it's going to be about who gets hot at the right moment and the right time to represent the AFC. Hey, y'all, it's good to see y'all. It's a big noonday show. I appreciate all you guys rocking with us. All y'all new to the show, if you have not before, make sure that you like and subscribe. Like and subscribe to the KnoItAllz podcast channel. I'm here every week. Mondays, you can catch me always on the Level Up College Football podcast. On Tuesdays, you can see it on Keep It 100, always around the noonday time. Tonight, I'm going to be over there on Steelers Almighty with my boy Big B, and we got to do the big show. It's going to be diabolical. Two wins in a row. I don't know how Big B is going to be able to take it. He's going to have to take some blood pressure medication. I'll be back Wednesday with my boy Curb. Curb, prayers for you, man. I hope you feeling good, man. With Smash the Gas and Tate Boy Fresh, and to be back with Tate Boy Fresh and the Triple OG Shannon. Pump Your Brakes, all on the KnoItAllz podcast channel. Man, listen, as for Big G, the Know-It-All, enjoy your Victory Tuesday. We appreciate all y'all rocking with us. I'll see y'all tonight over on the big show, and tomorrow night back on the KnoItAllz podcast channel for Smash the Gas and Pump Your Brakes. Have a great and wonderful afternoon. Peace.